Only one place to start, though. We begin with another pivotal day in Donald Trump's criminal trial in New York. Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, is set to face a harsh cross-examination from Trump's defense attorneys. Yesterday, he described efforts to cover up the former president's alleged sexual encounters, including paying adult film star Stormy Daniels $130,000. Now, he says Trump believed the story would have been a total disaster for his 2016 presidential campaign, especially among women voters. So joining me now from just outside of the courthouse is CBS News investigative reporter Graham Cates. All right, Graham, let's get into it. The prosecution has the burden to prove that Donald Trump was both aware and involved in this alleged scheme to pay and hide the damaging stories before they came out ahead of the election. So how successful was Cohen's initial testimony in making that case?
Well, the main thrust of his testimony was that there were no decisions made on behalf of Donald Trump without Donald Trump knowing. He said that they had a meeting where the CFO, the former CFO of the Trump organization, showed Donald Trump the calculations that broke down into the monthly reimbursement payments to Michael Cohen for that payment to Stormy Daniels, and that Trump signed off on the scheme to obscure them so that they wouldn't look like normal business records, but in fact would be falsified to look like payments for a retainer to Cohen. And he described kind of a long process of Trump signing off earlier on decisions related to purchasing and securing the rights to two sets of stories that they thought would be damaging to the campaign about alleged sexual encounters that Trump had with two different women. And Cohen said along the way, every payment I made, every decision I made, I was keeping Trump in the loop all the way along the way because he wanted to be in the loop and he wanted to sign off on all the decisions.
All right, so cross-examination is probably going to start. Where do we expect Trump's defense attorneys to focus?
Look, there's really two main lines of attack for them. The first is they're going to point out he's lied under oath before and had to go to prison for it. He's admitted to lying under oath other times. They're going to really use that to hit at his credibility. And then they're going to attack his motivations in much the same way that they did for Stormy Daniels, which is that they're going to say he's benefiting from his ardent criticism of Donald Trump, that he makes money from his podcasts and his books and his TV appearances that are largely fashioned around his new persona as one of Trump's main antagonizers. And they're going to say this is a person motivated not by bringing a criminal to justice, but by continuing this kind of business that he's sprouted from the criticisms of Trump.
So we know that when Stormy Daniels was on the stand, Trump was muttering, he was cursing, he even got a little bit of trouble for that. Arguably, he dislikes Cohen even more than Daniels. What was his demeanor like?
Yeah, this was nothing like that. For long stretches of the day yesterday, he was sitting there kind of with his eyes closed. And I know that people have talked about him napping and stuff like that. It didn't look like that. It just looked like he was sitting there with his eyes closed, because sometimes he would respond to things that were being said. If the name Melania was said, he would immediately perk up. He would start talking to his lawyer and shaking his head. But there's no other way to describe it. He was sitting there not looking at Cohen. It looked like maybe never looking at Cohen, and often just with his eyes closed.
Interesting. Graham, thank you so much. Looking forward to hearing from you later on.